Materials needed. You will need a set of flashcards. On one side is the capital letter, on the other side is the small letter. The procedure for the introduction of all phonics skills will be teach, reinforce, and test. Teach. Tell the children that the first group of letters are called consonants. Then hold up the flashcards and explain that these are called the good guys because when you pronounce the names of the letters, they will talk to you. That means that when you say the name of the letter, they will tell you their sounds either at the beginning or the end of the letter name. For example, when I say B, did you hear the sound B at the beginning of the letter name?
Yes.
That's the sound of B. Mm-hmm. When I say F, did you hear the sound F at the end of the letter name? Mm-hmm. That's the sound of F. Now continue this way through the cards, exaggerating the pronunciation each time to emphasize the point. When I say D, did you hear the sound D at the beginning of the letter name?
Right.
That's the sound of D. When I say J, did you hear the sound J at the beginning of the letter name? Mm-hmm. That's the sound of J. When I say K, did you hear the sound K at the beginning of the letter name? That's the sound of K. When I say L, did you hear the sound L on the end of the letter name? That's the sound of L. When I say M, did you hear the sound M on the end of the letter name? Now you can answer yes.
Yes.
That's the sound of M. When I say N, did you hear the sound N on the end of the letter name?
Yes.
That's the sound of N. When I say P, did you hear the sound P on the beginning of the letter name? That's the sound of P. When I say R, did you hear the sound R on the end of the letter name?
Yes.
That's the sound of R. When I say S, did you hear the sound S on the end of the letter name?
Yes.
That's the sound of S. When I say T, did you hear the sound T on the beginning of the letter name?
Yes.
That's the sound of T. When I say V-E, did you hear the sound V on the beginning of the letter name?
Yes.
That's the sound of V. When I say X, did you hear the sound X on the end of the letter name?
Yes.
That's the sound of X. When I say Z, did you hear the sound Z on the beginning of the letter name?
Yes.
That's the sound of Z. Now, after this initial introduction, review the good guys every day during the flashcard review as follows. The teacher will say to the students, why are these called the good guys? And the students will respond,
because they'll talk to you.
Then flash the cards. All right, repeat after me. B, B.
B, B.
F, F.
F, F.
D, D.
D, D.
J, J.
J, J.
K, K.
K, K.
L, O.
L, O.
M, M.
M, M.
N, N.
N, N.
P, P.
P, P.
R, R.
R,
S, S.
S.
Good. T, T.
T,
V, V.
V, V.
X, X.
X,
Right, when you say X, now most teachers and students have difficulty with X, but when you say X very slowly, watch. X. On the end of the letter name, you'll hear X. So it's X, X.
X, X.
It's like KS. Z, Z.
Z.
When you feel that your students are ready, a few days later or whenever, tell them that you will say just the name of the letter and they are to say just the sound of the letter. Let's try that. B.
B.
Now I'll say the name of the letter, and you're going to say just the sound of the letter. B.
B.
Right. D.
D.
F. Good. J.
J.
K.
K.
L.
L.
Ooh. See, when I say L, see, it's ooh is on the end. M.
M. M. M.
M. Good. N.
M.
P. Right. R.
R.
S.
S.
T.
T.
V.
V.
X.
X.
Z.
Z.
When you feel your class is ready, have them pronounce the sound directly from the cards without your first saying the name of the letter. All right, the sound is
B. D. F. J. K. O.
good.
M. N. R. S.
Good.
T. V. V. X. X.
Good.
Z.
Very good. Review these cards every day this way. One day, do the capital letters, then shuffle the cards. The next day, do the small letters, and then shuffle the cards, and continue this way. Next is reinforce. Several suggestions are given here for reinforcement. For the benefit of new teachers and also for our courageous homeschooling parents, I would like to demonstrate just one of these techniques. Give each student a piece of paper and proceed as follows. If you teachers in the video audience would take a piece of paper and follow along, you'll have a clear idea of what your students will be experiencing. Now go to the right-hand corner of the paper and make a capital B and a small b. Now we're going to draw some pictures for the sound of B. Let's see if you can figure out the riddles. I like to bounce my B.
Ball.
Very good. All right, make a circle. And this ball has a line right down the middle. If you go into the woods, you might come across a growling, grizzly
Bear.
All right, make a circle. Put a half circle here for an ear, half circle here for an ear. Make two eyes. Make a circle here. There's his nose. Make a straight line, and there's his mouth. Say bear.
Bear.
It's fun to blow up a great big
Balloon.
Right. Make a circle here. Make a little W here, and there's a long string. The color of this balloon is
Blue.
All right, and color this blue. Now repeat after me. Ball.
Ball.
Bear.
Bear.
Balloon.
Balloon.
Blue.
Blue.
Very good. This brings us to testing. Now give at least one test each week. If you're working with an individual student, you can give a test more often because it's very reinforcing. Give each student a piece of paper and proceed as follows. If you teachers in the video audience would take a piece of paper and follow along, you'll experience what your students will be experiencing. Number 1, what letter has the sound of D? Now this is going to be real easy because it sounds like the letter name. There's only one letter that sounds like D. It must be what letter?
D.
All right, raise your hand if you had a D. Okay? Now, we're giving a test. Be sure to require the children to use small letters because most of the reading words are written in small letters, and children seem to have a habit of automatically using capital letters. This will get them in the habit of having an immediate response to the small letter. 2, what letter has the sound of F?
F.
Now, see, don't say it out loud because this is a test. When I ask you the question, just write the letter on your paper. And there's only one letter in the alphabet that sounds like F, so it must be what letter, Noreen?
F.
Raise your hand if you had this letter. All right, number 3. What letter has the sound B? If I said to you, give me the letter B, what letter would you give me?
B.
So it must be what letter?
B.
Now continue this way through the test for as many items as you want to test. After the children are familiar with the test, don't check back the answers each time and write them on the paper. Simply collect the papers and then correct them later. And you will find that you'll get the results that you want. Now let's move on to the next skill. We're now ready for the tough guys.